so bright in the street in the city. When I looked up I could make out it wasn't like anything I had seen before, anywhere I had been before. Floating and talking and getting to know you, we didn't have much time. Smiling at strangers, I wasn't a stranger, but strange at the same time. Streaming along, dizzying down dusty roads and marketplaces, a room full of patterns and bright colors. You said that looks good on you. A beautiful life, you're a beautiful life. When you least expect love, it hits you in the face. Oh, beautiful life, you're a beautiful life. Shroud me in fullness, I'll step out of stillness. Shone down as we danced by the sea. Moved by the music, it wasn't like anything I had felt before. I felt some way I hadn't felt before. I felt the waves crashing around the shore, anywhere I had been before, anywhere I had been before. You're a beautiful life. When you least expect love, it hits you in the face. Oh, beautiful life, you're a beautiful life. Shroud me in fullness, I'll step out of stillness. Step out of stillness. We'll 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 step out of stillness. Anywhere I had been before.
Essie West.
Yes.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
All right.
Nice.
Lovely.
Could you guys just introduce yourselves? Because obviously your name isn't actually Essie West.
My name is Harriet.
My name's Phil.
Fantastic.
And I'm Conor.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming down. Sounded awesome, by the way.
Well, thank you. It was so much fun to do.
Oh,
It
fantastic.
really was. Thank you
really
very
glad.
much.
Such an honour.
Can you give us a little bit of insight into the project, like how it got started?
Yeah. How did it start? Me and Conor have played in a band called Top Cat Collective we haven't played for the last few years, but it started about 9 years ago.
Cool.
Well, I joined about 9 years ago. You were going before that.
Yeah.
So we'd been playing in that project for quite a while. And I had actually a solo project before that. But when I joined Top Cat, I just ended up focusing 100% on that. And then it kind of came to a point where I was like, I want to revisit my solo project again.
Wicked.
And I decided to release it under a new alias, which was Essie West.
Cool.
And it's been through a few different formats of the band. But it just kind of came from me writing and demoing on my own, and then I got Phil involved, and got Conor on drums, and we recorded an EP pretty much from like home.
Yeah.
Entirely from home.
Fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, and then
I'm trying to remember if it started within COVID, whether it was in the lockdown that we actually started working on things.
Yeah,
We
it
certainly,
was.
Yeah, which meant there was necessitated working from home so much. And I think it's carried on, actually. We found out that is a system that works, certainly in a lot of projects that I work in. Just to say how I met Harriet was I ended up producing one of the Top Cat albums. And I'd never met Harriet. I knew Conor, I knew them from various connections in Tunbridge at it's gone through a few changes now, West Kent College. I don't even know what it's called now because it keeps changing its name.
It's back to West Kent.
Oh, it is back to West Kent. Anyways, but I went in to produce the album, and when I heard Harriet sing, I'm not going to spare her blushes at all. I just thought, what an incredible voice. And then Harriet very kindly came and got involved in a project. I was doing a band called Red Lodge. The album has been sitting. I am going to release it in the next few months. It's been done and dusted for a long time, but there's an entire album with Harriet singing on it.
Fantastic.
And that was how we made our sort of connection initially, wasn't it, I think? And then Harriet invited me to be part of this, which I was delighted to do.
Awesome. Nice. And you, off camera, you guys mentioned that that's not always been the lineup. You had like a cellist, and was it a flautist at one point?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been through a few different formats
Nice.
of the band.
Nice.
It actually
And-
started with a 7-piece band. But it is harder to kind of get gigs in that format. And I
Yeah.
just think this works really well because you're covering all bases. And
Yeah. Yeah, someone like the Flower Pot in Maidstone is not really going to cater for a 7-piece band, is it?
No.
No. How long have you guys been doing it, sorry, did you say?
I did the first show as a 7-piece in, I think it was October 2022.
Okay.
And that was about 6 months before I actually released the EP, but it was kind of ready to go, and I just wanted to
Where was
trial. That was the Grey
Grey
Lady.
Lady
Yeah.
in Tunbridge Wells.
Is that with Paul Dunton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, okay.
God bless him.
Yes, yeah, again, there's people like Paul, people
Absolutely.
like Clive Austin in Maidstone
Yeah.
putting on gigs.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Does keep the scene going.
Yeah,
He
totally.
supported me a lot.
Yeah, yeah. You've got quite a nice little setup. Can you talk us through some of the gear you use? Because you were running some tracks and stuff as well. Would you use tracks on every gig?
It's kind of a new thing, actually. So the tracks we've played today are unreleased songs. And I've been, experimenting with that, the vocal loop idea. I had a looper, but it doesn't stop and start.
Ah, okay.
Once it's built up,
Yeah.
that's it. And you turn it off, it's over.
Okay.
So for this, I thought I would do it in Logic.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think we're all quite interested in kind of taking it further, the
Yeah.
technology side of it, but without losing the kind of flexibility of things happen when we play. I don't think we ever play a song quite the same way twice. They always seem to emerge and evolve.
Seems like kind of a bit of the jazz element coming
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's quite nice,
Yes,
though, isn't
absolutely,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, don't want to
Having a
be
little bit
attached to a backing track.
Agreed.
So
Yes.
that's always
Yeah.
that's
So
always
it's
a
a
little
loop.
bit of a fine line to tread, isn't it? When you're using back. So we well, I don't know. You've kind of had ideas about this as well, haven't you? With triggering samples and things like
Yeah,
that.
well, I just wanted loads of percussion loops because it's gonna
Yeah,
make me sound better.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you use an SBD?
I've got one, but I haven't got it going for this yet.
I'm the same. God, it's just I use it every now and then for a cowbell. That's about it. When you guys have been gigging in Kent, predominantly Kent, have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you think there's anything that could be maybe a bit better? Anything that you personally think is it's all right?
Well, I think we could always do with more places to play, more opportunities. I mean, my experience has been very much you've mentioned the two names basically, which is the Tunbridge Wells area, which Paul Dunton, thank goodness, is there and makes a lot happen, including the festival every summer.
Local and live.
Local and
Yeah,
live, which I've been part of in various different bands over the years. And I think we all have, actually, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, and Clive in Maidstone, and those are the two centres that I have a lot of experience of within Kent. Beyond those, I've done I played in I guess, in Whitstable, but that was the best gig in Whitstable has now closed, which was the Duke of Cumberland, which was a fantastic venue, had amazing people turning up. That's now closed down, and I don't think anything's come up. And this is seeing a lot. And also, they were the places that didn't survive lockdown.
Oh
well.
yeah, 100%.
The
Yeah,
Pizza Express, Maidstone.
yeah, that was a really cool venue. Yeah, maybe something will turn up. There is a new one in Maidstone, Skull Bar, I think it is.
Is that a venue now?
Yeah, so they've actually got like a proper stage in there, and I think they have a system in there, so that's worth checking out.
Yeah, because it's finding something that it can be capable to hold drums,
Yes. Yeah.
but not so big that it's unsuitable for like a trio and kind of quite calm music. Like I'm not doing
so
big, heavy music.
Still
so
got to have
it's
club
like,
vibe to a degree, isn't it?
but it's not a pub.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling to find that kind of venue.
Yeah.
That,
I think we're very lucky that the pub scene has kind of kept a lot of live music going.
For sure.
But
I love that about Maidstone.
To get to that next step, it's unfortunately pubs aren't quite where you need to be, really, are they? So, I won't keep you guys for much longer, but again, thank you so much for coming down. The last couple of questions was, how can people find your music? Because you said you've got an EP out at the moment.
Yeah.
How can people find that?
Yep, that's on all streaming platforms and Bandcamp.
Nice. Do Bandcamp.
Do Bandcamp. It's
Yes.
Bandcamp
Live music.
Friday is coming up, I believe.
Nice.
And I've got some some posters of my artwork, like
Prints.
like,
Nice.
like a print
That you've done
you
yourself?
could frame. Yeah, so I had an artist design
It's really
the
nice.
artwork for my EP, and I
Awesome.
did some prints of that.
And what's
so.
the EP called?
Wonderment.
Fantastic. Nice one. Last question, guys. If you guys could play a show, I'll ask you all individually. If you guys could play a show with anyone, dead or alive, could be a band, could be a solo artist, who would it be?
Well, I had this question. Sometimes I say, if you could play in any tribute band,
Okay.
what would that tribute band be? So in a way, that would lead to actually playing with those people. For me, it would probably be Frank Zappa. Periods early, the kind of slightly earlier periods, 70s period, when he had a lot of really great musicians playing it. I mean, he always had great musicians, but that
Fantastic.
was time for me, and I just love that.
Nice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hit you with a curveball, right? Yeah.
I was going to say Hendrix, but I think Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic.
Very nice.
Pretty fun to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one. Really good.
Definitely. Oh, and then your brain just like starts thinking
Yeah.
of so many things. I mean, I'm obsessed with Little Dragon. I
Okay.
would love to play with
okay.
them.
Nice.
And Michelle Ndegeocello.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw her at Love Supreme this year.
Very
And,
nice.
I mean, me and my friends were just crying. It
Okay.
was just so beautiful, like just amazing music.
So
So
I've not heard
yeah.
of either of those, so that's
Oh,
going to be
really?
that's
Oh.
gonna,
Check
I'm going to
them
go and
out.
learn
Right,
those.
check,
Yeah.
check
Oh,
them
that
out.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Guys, thank you so much for coming down. Really appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll have you back sometime soon.
That'd be
Thank
great.
you so
Thanks
much
so
for
much.
having
Cheers,
us.
guys.
Cheers.
Loved it.
Thank you.
Came into the rays of light, the kind of light that reflects into every drop. And it left a great delight for our eyes, all of the colors. And as it moved, so it pushed them away, fading, 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 gone. Putting on a brave face to get out of the cold. the cold. They came into the rays of light, the kind of light that reflects into every drop. And it left a great delight for our eyes, all of the colors. And as it moved, so it pushed them away, fading, 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 gone. Putting on a brave face to get out of the cold.